Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a quick jump back into 64 scale, and when I mean quick, I mean quick. This is going to be, uh, we're just going to cram some detail into this casting. Uh, Not a complete paint job, like the tampo on the side there, the Southeast Gassers tampo and that. We'll keep because of that, we'll keep the color, but we will uh, detail it in every other way. Even play with the roof because we got that big open roof panel up there, detailing the engine compartment and such, wheels and tires. You know the drill. Stick around. Alrighty. Quick look inside. We got the same old suspects. Plastic base in black. We got ladder bars, straight axle up front, some leaf springs. Our middle chrome section gets us our bumpers. We've got some wheel tubs back there in the back, and a fuel tank, a little roll cage, some gauges on the dash, injected small block with fender well headers. Got our grill, stock grill headlights there, a tinted glass piece, which is I like better. I like better than the colored stuff. There's more you can do with a car when you're modifying one. Except in this case, actually, you might want colored glass being in a gasser. And if you wanted colored glass for the Nova, they make the like a stock version or the stock suspension version uh, with full hood on it. That car, I believe there's one. Well, I know there's one that's got like a tie-dye looking paint job to it. It has colored glass to it. You could add that to your gasser if you wanted, um, colored glass that looked the part. On the body, the reason why we're doing this build, like I said, I've done a couple of these cars, so I wouldn't do this one except it has the Southeast Gassers logo on it. We're going to keep that. We've got plenty of room up on the roof to play with, customize up there. We can detail the heck out of the car, door handles and the tailgate detail back there, tail lights and stuff. Does have a decent amount of underhood, our brake booster and the master cylinder, radiator tank, the upper tank there, and the hood latch area. Looks like on the firewall, it's not a heater box, but maybe like where they, um, you know, uh, uh, filled the heater box hole there. Um, and then we've got some roughness there. Now we can keep the color down in there, or we can grind that off and black this out. I don't know with the engine in the way if that's really going to matter where that casting, the roughness is in the casting there. Um, so we may just want to keep the color since it's more of a custom look in there. Alrighty guys. First off on the Nova, wheels and tires. In the fronts on our Nova, we've got an M2 skinny, like a Halabrand looking wheel. That one, it just melted the tabs over on that axle, and they stay in place real good. It allows it to move, so it still rolls. It's not going anywhere. The interior tub will sit down over it and keep it from moving. It doesn't interfere with the tub, so no other cutting had to be done. I did run a drill bit through the tunnel there where the Hot Wheels axle would go to make more room for this axle. But otherwise, it fits in there real nice, and yeah, it rolls good. It's even. It's about as high. Keeps the front end about as high as it was with the Hot Wheels wheels on it. Same with the back. Our back axle's in place. That's a Johnny Lightning hub and axle. Same thing. It's just the tabs are melded over. Um, and when the wheels go on, it sets about the same as it did out of the package. So it's got that same the factory rake to it. Underneath, I painted the, and if you want to call it a control arm or a um, ladder bar, but I just outlined it in flat aluminum. And the differential I did paint with a Tamiya semi-gloss black, but you could never know to look at it. It might have knocked the sheen off of it compared to the rest of the plastic underneath, but I may hit it with a little gloss just to give it, just to differentiate it from the rest of the base of the car. Now I could put a piece in there and make a drive shaft for this, but it really has nowhere to go. There's no transmission detail under this, so I don't believe I'm going to be doing anything there. We could do a little leaf spring detail up front, but again, I really don't want them to stand out like a sore thumb. I'll have to think about it and see what it looks like when we get it together. Next up will be the interior tub. We'll get inside the interior. We'll knock off a little of that chrome, probably tape it off and just dust a little primer in there so I can paint. Get rid of the chrome, paint the seats and stuff. I want to keep it on the bumpers. I want to keep a little in the engine compartment, but I want to get rid of it in the interior tub there. So that's next. So that center piece, just about done. We've got some light detail to do on the grill, the turn signals and that. But the interior tub was dusted with a little gray primer. I laid down flat aluminum on that on the floor, and black up the door panels and side panels, the dash and seats. Got black in the roll bar area, and then I used the color just around the tubing to make it look like the roll bar is open there. But same thing with the steering wheel, blacked out, and then did the ring. That was a metallic-y color that's got some red and blue and green, that metal flake in it that you can see in the light. It gives it a look of like an old acrylic steering wheel. We picked out our safety harnesses in red, the buckles in chrome. The dash has the tack on top with a little chrome ring on it. We've got our small block in orange. Black laid down there in the engine compartment on the floor. Did the battery and the overflow there, the intake in flat aluminum, and then the headers and the injector tubes were opened up with the pin vise and drilled those out. So you can have a lot of fun. You can pick out as much detail as you want. You can black it all out. You could leave it chrome. This is just that I like to have a little detail, so it's hard to see in it, and especially with tinted glass. But it's there, and I know it's there. Now you know it's there. All right, guys, on the body, still not really sure what I want to do with the roof. Not positive. Still thinking though, something to break it up to go with the green 60s custom gasser, look. We do have our tailgate done, the handle on the back, the tail lights. I got a reverse lamp in there and a tail lamp, or just door handles on the side, a little bit of trim around the windshield. In the engine compartment, we've got our master cylinder done. The rubber radiator tank in a chrome gives it a look of a aluminum radiator, and our hood latch out front. Of course, door handles at the driver's side. So keeping the paint and the tampos, of course, there's not a lot of detail to do where we would normally be painting it, and plus picking out the detail and adding whatever stripes and stuff we want. This is pretty much done for us. We just got to pick out those little details. Again, the top I'm not positive on, but I'll think on it. Alrighty, I'm calling the little Nova done. I couldn't come up with anything for the roof that really struck me, so I just left it blank up there, plain. And it's better than putting something on that you don't like just for the sake of having decoration up there. But a project like this, you can have fun. The wheel and tire changes every car. can be for the better or the worse, depending on the wheel and your taste. But this wheel and tires got this one looking better, and then the all the other little details that doesn't look like much, maybe to someone who hadn't seen the car before, they wouldn't look like much until you put it next to one that still has all the chrome in the engine compartment and the interior. Up front, we did the headlights in a green transparent, and the turn signals. The wheels, again, those are M2s, like a Halabrand looking up front. That's a Johnny Lightning steel wheel in the back. Wheel and tire. The whole axle assembly is out of one that fit right up in there. The engine compartment, like I said, unless you saw one next to it that was fresh out of the package, all chrome in there, it's hard to realize, get a grip on how much there is in there. So the block, the blacking out the base, the intake, all that stuff, it all adds up at pretty good for $1, $1 mainline car. And out back with a little tail light detail with the brake lights, reverse lights, the tailgate handle done. It just throws enough. They're pretty plain back here, but throws enough at it that it looks good. So this is the kind of stuff that I like to do if you don't want a major project, stripping the paint, repainting. You can, even without changing wheels and tires, you can, with a few cheap paints, you can detail one up and make it look worlds different than what you pull out of the package and have fun doing it. With the tinted glass, it is really, well, it's almost impossible to see the interior, especially through the camera, to see any detail in there. But knowing that it's there is good enough for me. A big thank you to everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Next time I will be back into the Ratty Charger, maybe get it a name, hopefully get it done. We still have Roadrunner and the 67 Impala. We'll see what else we get into. I'm going to try not to make a hard schedule because who knows. But the Charger for sure. Again, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.